Hello, everybody. Welcome back from the break here at EPIC45. We've had some interesting games so far, keeping us on our feet. Any that have spoken to you throughout?
Well, I was on first game of the day, but what I think is a recurring theme is the closeness of the games. We picked pretty close group stage games, second, third seed facing off against each other, and they've been pretty exciting. And it just kind of goes to show like how close these groups are. But it was really fun. Covered AIMERLEGION in that first game, and that is the one of the teams that's actually coming up next for us. AIMERLEGION versus VORACITY Esports. Yeah, so my game was close. I think you also had Anubis on your
Yeah,
map,
we did.
right?
We have had quite a few Anubises so far, and you said we had some close games. That one against Control, and was it Rivex 13-1
13-1.
on Inferno?
Yeah, I was wondering because I saw them 5-0 up, and I left to go get food, and I came back. I did not realize it was that. I knew it would be one-sided because those guys clashed earlier. I can't remember when, but it was 13-5, so they put up a bit more of a fight. But it seems like Rivex maybe struggled a bit more this time. But yeah, that one-sided game, the two prior ones being relatively closer, and this one's probably going to prove to be just as close as those first two. Yeah, for us TS Sports, you've got the likes of Mars, Oscar, Swaggy. It's a really strong team, and not so much. They are a team, right? As opposed to AIMERLEGION, which is also a team, but it's also kind of puggy as well. They got some players that are on their main roster, but then also other players too that I think are just friends here, like to play with them. So it's kind of this similar story to that first game. You got a coordinated team versus them, which is a bit more puggy and a bit more unpredictable, so to speak. So I think that speaks to the how exciting that game's going to be.
Yeah, I think it speaks to the class of the players going in. Obviously, you've got the seed one of Veracity, seed two AIMERLEGION, both going to be hot coming into this. Both going 3-0 so far, not losing a single game. So if there's a game that's going to be interesting, it's going to be this one.
Yeah, and I think at that stage now where they're facing off against each other, so one of them's going to take a win off the other. But these guys are going to be pretty secured for that day two playoffs. Only a few games remain today. But yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah, excited to see what we have going forward. We have got the ROG Harp 2 Ace Gaming Mouse Plus merch pack that is going to be going live right now. We have got a giveaway going on right now. So go in the chat and maybe you'll be winning yourself some nice ROG gear.
Yeah, should be running that one for the final group stage game. But yeah, make sure you are here ready to enter that giveaway during the live stream. There's also a couple of more going on throughout the tournament. But yes, one going on for this stream. So you can look forward to that. Some of the Republic of Gamers merch. They are the headline sponsor for the CS2 tournament. So big thank you to them for making the prize pool what it is and making the tournament happen. A few of our other sponsors,
Yeah,
Epic
of course,
Clan
yeah.
with Intel Gaming, of course, returning sponsor, and we have Overclockers UK and XP Pro eyewear also. So, big shout out to them for making Epic Clan what it is. And yeah, if you are at the event, they've got stands throughout, so you can go see what they've got going on there. But
Get these on.
there you go. He's rocking the
XP Pro
merch.
eyewear.
Yeah.
Do I look good?
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
They see you, the red. But yeah.
They've been helping me with some Ice Drano,
Yeah.
CS player.
You were casting with them earlier. Was it like a little bit nicer for you?
Yeah. But I mean, in my 5K prem lobbies.
Helps you with the bright colours of Anubis. Speaking of Anubis, though, maps in general, like, you got any expectations for the map we're going to see? This is still a best of one, still group stage. And best of ones can be a little bit volatile. So, is there any kind of maps you're expecting to come out of this?
I mean, I feel like the quality of Verocity's plays, I'm sure they're going to be. Oh, I'd hope to see them picking into a more tactical map, maybe a nuke. Hopefully not Anubis. I don't want to be too biased, but we've had too many of them going so far.
We've had an Anubis game today.
For the side of AIMERLEGION, I'd expect them to try and get maybe. Well, I hope for a cash, but maybe that won't.
We all hope for a
Mirage
cash.
just too.
Yeah. you have like your, I mean, you mentioned tactical maps, right? It's perfect for a team, right? But would a pug want to be doing that? So you're going to expect both teams kind of banning to their side and also, I guess, targeting the other. But for me, I'd love to see Nuke, but I feel like you rarely see Nuke in a best of one. It's such a team map. It's really, really fun. But I think in like the stage of the competition that we're at, you're not going to be seeing Nuke until I think those longer series. So wishful thinking, you can cross your fingers, but Nuke maybe on the less likelihood. We'll get the vetoes soon, I'm sure. But I think reason we've seen Anubis is because it is a bit more on the puggy side. Inferno just being like as well for the third game, just a map that these teams just know through and through. So it's always going to be a comfort pick for them. But yeah, that's like there's a ton of stuff, but it would be nice to have some variety, a different map than what we've seen so far today. But I mean, if we get third Anubis, then I guess it's just what fate's delivered to us. We might have to just roll with it.
Yeah, but I am interested to see what they do pick. I'm sure it's going to be coming up soon, but other than that, I think it is going to be an interesting game going forward. VORACITY, AIMERLEGION, any of these players standing out to you?
From AIMERLEGION, Leak was a big standout player, fragged very, very high. Was at multiple rounds where he got multi kills and was just so instrumental. So he was pretty key in terms of performance. We did speak about Artrace and Wolfie. Artrace, very active player in the UK scene. It's been in a lot of teams. Currently doing ESEA main season with his team Donkers, which I thought was funny. And then Wolfie is a very highly rated player, but he hasn't been so active. He's a returning player, was retired years ago, played in 8 Sins. So very decorated player who's, I think, just come back to play with friends. But yeah, in terms of the gameplay that I saw, Leak was doing a lot, making a huge impact. So for me, stand-up player for him, one that we should definitely look out for. But VORACITY Esports, they've got a bunch of great players too. Are there any of those that kind of stand out to you? Any that you recognise?
None that I recognise so far. I'm quite new to the scene of the UK scene, but at EPIC LAN, which I have been to quite a few of, the core, they've always performed well, always making their way deep into the group stage, and then later on to the Saturday and then the Sunday sometimes.
Yeah, I quite like the VORACITY Esports. I know the players, but I've not seen their team play. So that for me is like something that I guess for expectations, I'm not too sure really what's going to come out of this, guys. But they're first seed in their group. They're very clearly a strong team, and they're going to give AIMERLEGION a bit of a curveball, a bit of a run for their money. After their strong showing, one thing that we picked up in the first game was that the rounds that they were picking up were rifle rounds. So they lost both pistol rounds in both halves, got converted on. That was 6 of the 8 rounds of the opponents. And then AIMERLEGION come in and picking up the rest of the rounds pretty much for the match. So really impressive showing, like not letting the pressure get to them, especially when the opponents had momentum. So they're a pug, but they are showing like individual resilience as a squad, which is, I guess, what you can hope for in a pug.
Yeah, it's something that we imagine though. Obviously the seed 1 team, they're going to have much more experience at this sort of caliber of event. The pressure, just playing a LAN, it's so much different to playing online. Got that pressure, people shouting all around you.
Yeah, the energy.
Yeah, the energy is completely different.
I would say that it's roasting hot, but it doesn't feel like it's got to that level yet. So I don't think that's a physical pressure that the players are feeling yet. But when you've got 2 teams now coming into this match that are undefeated, they're going to have the most momentum probably in the tournament.
I imagine.
They're looking to burst each other's bubble, so to speak. You had the early matches, they were fun, but there's kind of less pressure on those because you're kind of just setting the tone for your day. You do want to win. And in this case, they've won all 3 of their matches, both sides. Yeah, but I guess that was the story. Was tell me about the game that you casted earlier. Was there anything like in terms of gameplay earlier on in the morning was like.
Yeah, so again, we had the game that I casted earlier was the Thatchers versus Washed and Sloshed. Again, going some interesting names here at EPIC. We always get it. There's some two alcoholic references there, Thatchers and Washed and Sloshed, but it did end up going Washed and Sloshed way. I think it was 13-8. They went on a new. I can't remember exactly.
Maybe that's close. Yeah. It was 13-9, 13-8. Yeah.
I can't. Sorry, I might have gotten that wrong.
Remember. No, yeah, and I mean that's two pugs, right? So I mean I've kind of seen pugs versus teams, but was there anything kind of exciting or interesting that came out of that pug v pug?
I mean, we saw Washed and Sloshed, throwing them about really on the retakes. It would always be the Thatchers dropping the ball, like even in the 3 versus 2 retakes. Didn't really go their way. What's up? Project Snooze versus AIMERLEGIon. That's the game. First game.
13-8. Yeah, and that was saw a lot of flanks come up from AIMERLEGIon. I mean, that's just kind of Anubis because you send a player on the flank, and some teams aren't ready for it. Some teams are. Like, it really just depends on, I guess, the game plan that they're focusing on. But yeah, like, I suppose that's map specific. And that's probably something that we'll see based on, I guess, the map that it kind of lays out in front of us. I'd really like to see Nuke. I'm really hoping.
I do want to see Nuke. It's been like, obviously I haven't seen it yet at Epic Land. I'm sure it's been played in the background, but the ones that have been on stream, they've not come up yet. And talking about Nuke, obviously that bomb radius is a massive deal. Obviously we're playing on the new patch as well. What do you think about it?
I think it's really interesting. I think Valve are like. They're always really interesting changes that like do make a difference. In terms of like the radius of the bomb, now the wall makes a big difference of where proximity, and if you've got that wall behind you, you take less damage. So it could, if you're thinking of like situations where you're trying to just get to a safe space, maybe small little moments where you can save a weapon.
We saw an Inferno.
Oh, you did?
Obviously, Inferno is probably one of the biggest maps to be affected by the change of the bomb. Lots of small nooks and crannies that you can get around to protect yourself with the new radius. So, maybe we'll get an Inferno, maybe we'll get a nuke. We don't know yet. Still waiting for the players to get into the server.
Yeah, I suppose you're only like trying to escape the bomb radius, but if you are able to make it to a safe spot that you probably wouldn't have been able to before, it can make a big difference to you kind of going into the next round. So that's like small things to consider, at least for competitive Counter-Strike.
Yeah, so rather than just a clear circle that the bomb takes around the map, it's now actually quite dynamic, a bit like the smokes that have obviously been in the game for a while now.
And it'd be interesting, like, because players will probably forget that, I'd imagine, like, with it being such a new change. But yeah, I do think it's an interesting change that they've made to the game, and amongst others that I'm sure will come afterwards.
Any other teams you've been looking out for here at Epic Land? Any that have caught your eye?
So I've done a lot of UK coverage in my time, and yeah, I'm excited to see the gameplay of. I mean, it seems a bit like of a get-out clause to pick a high-seeded team, but I really would like to see some of Privateer Gaming's run through the tournament. And oh, look at that! Our wish has come true.
Yes, a tactical map.
Had a nuke. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. So I see the bans come in. So Dust 2 Inferno. Yeah. So a lot of the Poggy maps come out quite early.
Yeah, they floated Mirage right until the end, so that was definitely a possibility to come through. But obviously, VORACITY decided to ban that. Didn't want to stoop down to the level of AIMERLEGION for that one. Getting on nuke, getting their strengths. Obviously, they're a higher seeded team. We expect them to be more tactical, go for slower plays, and try and draw out the mistakes.
Yeah, and nuke is, I think, a staple of UK CS.
Oh, absolutely.
In terms of teams, like, you either are really confident in nuke or you just don't want it. But at the same time, both teams have left that to the end, so it could speak to maybe a map that they...
Yeah, maybe they've been looking into VORACITY's their plays. I mean, I imagine they must be doing some research going into this.
Yeah, one of the things we noticed in the first game for AIMERLEGION was that you could tell a lot of the decision making that was going on with like the gambling, the reading the rotations from those experienced players. So we could be seeing that kind of influence come into Nuke as well, with it being like a pretty rehearsed map, I would say. A lot of lineups, a lot of set pieces and things. So that experience on AIMERLEGION, and then I guess that team mentality of VORACITY could come like towards a clash.
Yeah, but I imagine they must have done their research as well. And I don't want to like count my chickens before they've hatched, but you know, for me, I think it's going to be VORACITY taking this one. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I said that I'm familiar with the players, but not as the team. So I think my expectations will shape as the game goes on. I have faith in AIMERLEGION, but I do know like the strength of the VORACITY players. So I'm going to say that they have led us to Nuke for a reason. So I'll go with you on the prediction, and we'll leave AIMERLEGION to be the underdogs for this one, I think.
Well, see, we have to be impartial, but I'm happy to be proved wrong.
Yeah.
You know? Either way,
me too.
I'm just hoping for a good, exciting game.
Archrace, a player I've followed quite a while. You know, I'd be happy to see him win. But bias is, yeah, it's okay to tell. I mean, it's BO1 group stage, so it's a BO1. Like, there's only a certain amount of like, there's a certain level to it where you think, okay, yeah, you can go for predictions, but it's also a BO1. So neither of these teams have much room for error in the first place. There's not much room to adapt, improvise, or overcome. So that could maybe throw it up in the air. But there is no overtime, so it's either a win or a draw, and that's what's going to contribute to the day 2 standings and what teams go through. If these guys draw, I mean, that could be really interesting.
I mean, yeah,
also, you can also say neither, right?
I mean,
it's a rare case.
I mean, it would be a case of them both being at the top of their respective groups, and I mean, it would be an interesting way for the game to go, that's for sure. But we, at the very least, we want to see it being close. We want to see AIMERLEGION, you know, showing us what they can do.
We love close games.
Obviously.
That's what you want for a BO1. Like, you don't get much action, so you want it to be. You don't want it to be a 13-1 like Control or FX. You asked me about a team that I was kind of looking forward to. Is there any team in this tournament that you kind of excited to see?
It'd be hard to say that I'm not excited to see if the Last Resort can get through.
Of course.
Obviously, the #1 seeded team at the entire tournament. But, you know, upsets happen. Upsets happen at Epic Clan. But it does look like we are finally ready to get into the game. And we're looking for the 9th round right now. And it's going to be AIMERLEGION versus VORACITY going into Nuke.
Now, what side would you want to pick, right, on Nuke? I feel like
that's a difficult one, given the situation.
It's a different map. You know, it's vertical, so you're not just left and right that you're looking, it's up and down, which honestly makes me feel like it's more CT favoured. So I'd be curious to see whether VORACITY, they take this 9th round if they want to stick on CT or whatever they want to choose. But they've battling as 4.
It's actually going pretty smoothly.
Oh no, it's all gone wrong.
Yeah. At the moment I say that,
yeah.
VORACITY Esports completely dominates them. They're going to get the pick. I'm curious to see what they do want to play into. I think Nuke, like from my experience of watching Counter-Strike, it's generally quite a even map these days.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of because it's so different. I feel like there's a lot of things that happen that aren't very expected. It's a very momentum map, I feel like, Nuke.
But I feel like over the years, as Nuke has slowly been changing, it's always traditionally been a CT-sided map, but it's slowly been transforming into a more and more balanced map, and I think the current iteration of the map is actually quite an interesting one. Probably the most balanced it's ever been as a map.
Yeah. What with classics like this, I mean, it's like Inferno, isn't it? Like maps that players are so used to, so rehearsed. There are so many, like, these maps are just constantly being optimized and new strats always coming out. And you also, you know, got the power of reference, like as tier 1 teams are always inventing new stuff. But yeah, Nuke is one where I've seen like things happen in opposite, or like things that happen like completely flip side of what you normally would. It also goes to say, you know, with these level of teams, are they going to be able to optimize their side properly as it should be, right? Because you have the expectations, but you're also at a LAN, maybe like with a pug team. Sometimes things are just like as they come, you know. It's never always rehearsed.
Yeah, but like you were saying earlier about the teams and the practice they put into this sort of map, I can imagine that it's been rehearsed so many times by all these teams. I bet they have hundreds, if not thousands, of maps played on Nuke. They must, all the smoke lineups outside, they're all going to know it. They're going to know all the timings, all the flashbangs, all the little pops that you can do, just to maybe it'll be.
There's a lot of util setups. So,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the level of players that we have, they will know. They will know how to set themselves up. Looks like we've got a 5th player on AIMERLEGION that's trying to reconnect. So they're still warming up. We have had the knife round, so I imagine we get started as soon as that player's returns. It is a LAN, so I mean, these technical things can happen.
Absolutely. Just getting themselves warmed up. Oh, he has joined the lobby. So hopefully we'll be cracking on with this game as soon as possible. Yeah, there we go. Time is ticking down. We'll be getting into the map finally.
We've been yapping for England.
Yeah, and VORACITY Sports looks like they have decided to start on the CT side.
AIMERLEGION going to be forced onto that T side. Yeah, let's look at the setup. I mean, specifically on T side, you know, are they going to go for kind of a lobby ramp push, or are they going to try and go through secret from outside? I'm looking forward to seeing what the pug team has in store for us.
Yeah, I'm happy to be proved wrong, and if AIMERLEGION can prove to us they've got the grit to go through this game. Does it like we have got 4 players towards outside, going for the quick secret play?
They're faking a lobby and just rushing into secrets.
It wasn't really much of a fake, Archer. They're already down. What WFN has managed to make his way into dark, and it's just going to be Nor1 with the dualies going for the kill. But Leak and Example making an example of these 2 players as they make their way into the bomb site. The 3 versus 3 retake is about to happen. As I say that. Not going to happen. Example, crispy headshots, Leak here as well. Not giving away any not getting too aggressive on the fight. Moz is going to try and make his way into the bomb site, but struggles to get the spray with the dualies, and it's going to be the first round for AIMERLEGION.
It's such a textbook post plan, using an environment to advantage, playing together. There's nothing really VORACITY can do there, so well played for them to make that rush into secret. They got onto site before the CTs could react.
I'm not sure if that was just a fake from Archer Ace to begin with, or if he was just trying to go down the vent quickly. But either way, that didn't work out. But the aim stars of AIMERLEGION, they managed to make their way through secret and just bulldozes their way through into the bomb site.
It seemed whoever was watching Yard outside just got pulled in by the util that he was throwing, and then like it was almost like a timing moment. Either way, it worked out. I mean, it's not the first like gamble that AIMERLEGION have made, you know.
I feel like we're going to see a lot more gambles coming into this game. AIMERLEGION, as you say, they're a much more puggy team than VORACITY. So I think they're just going to go for the feeling plays, trying to take those aim duels, which I know they can do, and I know they can succeed in. It's just going to be a case of executing these ideas. I've got 2 players towards secret. What's with that 5-7? We saw how dangerous that was in Inferno.
Yeah, that insta-kill headshot range. Oh, bit of a shaky spray from Wolfie. Also, Westy across the map gets swaggy. That's 2 down early on into the round. That looks like it's going to be an A plant pretty quick on. And there's only 2 left alive. I mean, it's weapon advantage, right? So they're easily going to convert this. My question is, are VORACITY Esports going to get anything from it? Or they're just going to be forced to play for exits?
No, it doesn't look like they're going to be getting anything from this. Yeah, the Galil.
You got Wolfie's Galil.
You know what?
Could opt to save that. I mean, that's a smart decision, right?
that Galil going into the next round, it could be the hero rifle that they need to pull off a miracle. First, he has to save it though, as all the players do look like they're starting to run towards T-spawn. So him keeping this into the next round is going to be vital just to give them a chance in the third round of this half. Gonna hear them, gonna get the headshot onto Archer Ace, but they're gonna start hunting him down. Does manage to get another one. That's some good money into his bank account. Oh,
Pre-fired it.
Yeah. I mean, he did his best there to hold on and get 2 kills. That's $600 into his bank account, but unfortunately, no rifle going into this round, and it's gonna have to be the eco.
Yeah, AIMERLEGION going to be counting those chickens as they do deny a rifle, which is good. It's almost like it's equally as important for the Ts to deny that as much as it is for the CTs to retain that weapon. Oh, we didn't see anything, don't worry. Yeah, AIMERLEGION comfortably 2-0 up. Still saving on economy for VORACITY. So they're going to be struggling. Actually, I think the 5.7s work. Converted it into an AK. Oh, but we're just trading back and forth in lobby.
Oh,
not quite.
That was close.
Yeah.
It was getting dangerous there for a second. Those 5.7s coming through hut. They did manage to get a few kills, but not able to get it over the line. That was way more close than it should have been, and that's going to be a lot of damage over to AIMERLEGION. But fortunately for them, they had 2 Galils going into that round, so it could be worse. They could be coming into this round with those saved Galils. Alternatively, they have the AKs now versus the rifles with most of the utility they could use. WFN has got his AWP out, so I'm curious to see what he can do with that if he's going towards outside. But it looks like he's going more towards ramp. Getting aggressive there. Oscar is here towards outside. Gonna go for the peak. Westy looking over that smoke. We're not able to find anything. That nade break, that smoke break is gonna find the head. Taps with the smoke. Doesn't find anything, but he knows someone's there. He's trying to find just a little bit more information. It's gonna be Swaggy getting aggressive towards Squeaky, taking that control, and most importantly, that control is now lost. They're outside, but Oscar is here, going to pick them apart. Leak is trying to get the trade, but Oscar's doing a massive job here.
That's 2 for him. Third one as well to Westy, doing so much work on his own. And they just kind of threw their util and they just stayed there. They didn't really take any space for themselves. They just kind of loitered. They were trespassing in Oscar's territory, and he just took them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 alive. That's disastrous for AIMERLEGION. That is first full buy round for VORACITY, and their economy is now going to start to recover as we go into the mid round of this half.
And we're talking about like the quality of the practice that goes into these two teams. AIMERLEGION, obviously, being a little bit lower seeded, but more puggy team. Getting into the rifle round, we saw them struggle. They didn't know what to do. They were getting lost. They were trying to go for the aim duels that just weren't in their favour, and it ended up biting them in their bottom. VORACITY Esports, they're going to try and convert this into a second round. AIMERLEGION tried to go for the A-pop, but didn't go well for them. They got blocked by that Molotov, and WFN is just going to start cleaning up now.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they're just getting stopped at the gates, you know, turned away. Oh, the little hesitation for WFN. Link's going to take full advantage of that, take some space for himself, tries to get the flick onto... actually, no, Moz is going to take him. Confused for a second, I thought it was the other way around.
That's just the quality of the play. AIMERLEGION, they tried to go for a quick upper play, but they're quickly stopped in their tracks. VORACITY Esports, that's just one Molotov. One Molotov completely dismantled their play, and it was a bit of a Hail Mary, to be honest, from AIMERLEGION.
Hail Mary being the safe haven of pugs.
I mean, like we're saying, they're going for the feeling play, just trying to go for the random, you know, just trying to catch the enemies off guard. He's in a prime position to get one, but decides to fall off the angle, play it safe, doesn't want to give them too much space. But yeah, they're coming, they're accelerating towards his position, but they don't check the angle, and no one does eventually go down. Wolfie, think about this slowly, he goes for the bomb plant, might just want to get the money, but decides to go for the clutch, and he might have outplayed them here. He's going to start running towards the upper, and they're going to have to chase him, but that bomb might go down. He's going to go down. Oscar is on the move and he denies the bomb plant. That's the worst case scenario for AIMERLEGION.
He tries to stick it. I think he... I don't know, what do you do there?
I mean, I can't say. Obviously, these are excellent players. I could say that I'd wait for the AWP to push, but, you know, Oscar, an incredibly skilled player. I'm sure he was well aware of the options that Wolfie had in that clutch, so decided to hold back. He figured he was holding the bomb plant and decided to deny it, and it worked out. And AIMERLEGION, they have an eco. 2 Tech 9s, 3 Glocks. This isn't looking good, and VORACITY Esports are looking to close this one. Or close the gap.
They'll definitely come back, you know. We had that full conversion of the surrounds, and as soon as things start getting real, I guess in terms of the hero play, and it's just, once again, they've just been massacred at the doors.
Archer Ace actually finds 2 here. This is way too much damage for what is essentially a Glock round. He could... No, I don't expect him to be winning this round, but another kill.
And an AK secured.
I mean,
he's confident. He wants to try and get more. Could be a little bit greedy.
At this point, I think I'd take the loss bonus over the AK, but I'm going to have to see what he decides to do. He could save it, but I think it's probably best that he goes for a little bit more damage here. WFN was quite loud there. I'm sure he was heard by Archer Ace, who is just going to walk into the angle, does the jiggle, but yeah, WFN schools him.
Takes the USB to the face, never mind. It was good intuition from him to not fully peek that. Knowing the AWP could be there. Made the right call, but isn't able to escape with the rifle.
Yeah, there was no winning that. But they have got the AKs out. So again, this is another rifle round. Do we expect them to do more tactical play here, or are they just going to go for another Hail Mary like they have seemingly done so far?
Yeah, I'd like to see them commit to a play. Got the molly fly out and gets a pick through the smoke onto example. That's not a good start.
Yeah, you asked.
Trading back actually does get Oscar.
You asked. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
You were asking me earlier about WFN and any players that I was looking forward to on the VORACITY Esports side. And WFN, he's been looking fantastic this entire game. Really schooling on these players, putting that AWP to good use. Leak is going to sneak his way towards A. I'm not sure if they're even watching this angle or even aware of the possibility of this happening. But that noise cue from Wolfie might give a little bit of information as Moz does decide to push towards lobby.
Westy dies. Bombard's going to go down, and now you have a brief moment here where you need to collect yourselves. There's 2 left alive. 4v2. I mean, it's hard to defend, especially on this site.
I mean, it's going to be more down to if VORACITY Esports drop the ball here. That utility is going to start coming out. WFN does find one, but Wolfie has his back up against a wall, and he is going to be taken down. Tried their best on the hold, but it's just VORACITY Esports showing their caliber of the communication that they have. They're able to put the pressure on the retake.
Yeah, Oscar and WFN both fragging high above the rest of their team.
I mean, look at Leak. He's got 8 kills.
As I was saying, he frags. He fragged in his first game against Project Snooze. Is always a player that contributes, and you know, he's likely the reason like they're not getting, you know, they're not going through these round losses completely empty-handed. But at the same time, you know, these rounds do pile up, they do escape from you, and they've had that 3-round buffer at the start. VORACITY Esports completely come back now with 4 in a row. Swaggy catching Wolfie through the smoke as well, and again, Tees are just divided. They commit to ramp now, but you've got 2 CTs here defending it. WFN gets a double kill with the AWP, a triple kill, and AIMERLEGION are just being completely dismantled by this VORACITY side.
Yeah, it's just a disjointed push from AIMERLEGION. It looked like they didn't even know what was going on half the time. They tried to split towards a ramp. They had a Leak come down through vent. And his teammates, they were just sort of disjointed in their push, weren't going together, weren't trying to flash for each other, and it was just a case of VORACITY Esports with the aim that they have, shutting it down. But Lee, he's like we're talking about Leak,
Yeah, he's
trying to kick, like trying to force around
oh my
here.
god! Oh, he missed. Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say he's 1 HP, so yeah, it's just one more bullet, but he's a player that you can't, you know, make mistakes against, because he will capitalize. I mean, if there was ever one player left alive you'd want on this AIMERLEGION team, it seems to be Leak. But yeah, rest of the team seem to be kind of struggling. I mean, you've got Wolfie up there with 6, and then rest of the team on 2. I'd like to see them make a bit more noise, maybe on the second half potentially. But yeah, right now, CT-sided map, VORACITY showing as why that's the case.
Yeah. I don't want it to sound like I'm digging too much at AIMERLEGION. They are obviously very good players, and
Yeah.
they could easily school me. But you know, when it's coming up against VORACITY Esports, who have a lot of experience in this space, the quality just isn't there, and AIMERLEGION are getting picked apart one by one, not able to find any picks, and it just looks like VORACITY Esports are always one step ahead, not dropping the ball. No, okay, I was gonna say that
That's
nade.
Leak,
Yeah, it's Leak. He does get traded, and it's into a 2 versus 4. Archer, Ace, and Westy. They've not been having a good game so far, so I'm not putting my money on this round.
Yeah, and we haven't really got too many plants down in our journey so far this half. A lot of it's been just bet positioning and just good execution of those gunfights. We've kind of yet to see any real proper retakes or anything like that. So
They haven't had to.
Yeah, exactly.
They haven't had to.
Exactly.
AIMERLEGION, they've been struggling to get in. They had the first 3 rounds, courtesy of the pistol round, the follow round, and there was one good round that I'd say was a good strategic round from them. But so far, VORACITY Esports, they've been shutting them down.
It makes me more intrigued to see their T side. You know, if they're able to execute those plays on the offensive side too, knowing that they've got such a strong defense.
Yeah, of course. But does look like. Oh, so you've got their buy coming out. Look at the utility. This is a bit of a joke, to be honest. They have 3 smokes, 2 flashbangs, and a Molotov. If this is desperation, I think this is what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, got 3 players out towards the lobby. WFN just holding the line without AWP. We do manage to get into secret. Leak's going to be able to
Not
push
being
that
quiet
secret
about
wall,
it
but
though.
it's 4 players approaching ramp.
Yeah.
This is either going to be a field there for Nori. Yeah, he's flashed away. That's good.
Good flashes, but
Flash.
even better shots from Oscar.
Oh my god.
Okay. Bringing it back into a 3 versus 3. No one is here, but he's going to hear all these footsteps starting to rotate towards A. Now that does mean that Moz is going to be ready. There's team damage! He knifed his teammate! Come on guys, not here right now. Moz is going to have a laboured spray towards Example. He does get another one onto Westy, and it's Moz. Having an absolute masterclass right now as Archer Ace is alone on the bomb site. 2 and 9. He's not been having a good game. He's got to defend against 3 players. Here we go. He's getting the first. And it's so close. It's so close.
Yeah, playing that peak together.
He must have heard me. He wanted to prove me wrong, but it was just no one right at the end, catching him off guard.
Yeah, it's nice that they're always in these like really disadvantageous situations where you're just hoping the aim is going to come through. But yeah, it's just playing as a team. They're playing to their advantage, and it's not even that complicated either. It's just playing to what they know, and then AIMERLEGION just getting whittled down gradually. It's 7 rounds in a row now that they've won, and with the pace that they're going, and kind of what I'm seeing from AIMERLEGION, this could be a 9-3 half.
Yeah, I mean, those first 3 rounds, there might be, a bit of a silver lining for AIMERLEGION. It gives them a little bit of leeway coming into the second half. Hopefully, for their case, they do win the pistol round, but at this point, they're just hoping for 5. They do manage to get the opening kill onto Oscar, who has been having a good game so far, so getting him off of the server is going to be good. Leak again, finding another. He's just...
Oh my god,
okay, I'm done. I'm done.
No, I don't blame you. They had such a good opener there.
I'm trying my best to talk good about AIMERLEGION and give them the props that they've deserved throughout the tournament, but they're just dropping the ball here on this specific.
Just swaggy. It's just swaggy things right there.
Yeah. They've got a 2v2 and
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
that's school. That's a school right there.
He's made an example of it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay.
Example of example.
Wolfie. Oh,
Oh,
okay. There we
there we go. Yeah, trying to play with him, play with his food, but WFN he's a. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
no. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, that's silly, guys. Come on, Wolfie. He tried his best. To. He did actually do it. He got the shot off. That's. This is not a good Counter-Strike, AIMERLEGION. I'm sorry.
It's an interesting T side.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, AIMERLEGION. I'm sure you're really good. You've gone 3-0 so far.
It must be bad if you've gone biased now.
Look. I'm trying.
You've had enough.
That round.
You've had enough.
That round broke me. Please, AIMERLEGION.
It was
Please.
Wolfie on the
We've got a
ladder.
ramp rush. Okay, we've got a ramp rush. Wolfie, excellent headshot. He really wants to get this 4th round for his team, and by all means, they need this 4th.
Yeah, they do.
Just for the mentality. Mentality going into the second half, knowing that they can take on VORACITY Esports, because so far it's been a quick.
And it's on the half-by round.
Yeah. This is all they needed. This is all they needed to try and do. And it does look like they're going to find a 4th round. Archer ace on the backstab, a laboured spray from the MAC-10, but does get it across the line. And WFN, as good as he's been, he shouldn't be winning this 1 versus 4. But he's going to go for it. And they're giving him the fights. Wolfie's taking this aggressive angle. WFN, what is going on?
Please.
Okay.
Please.
All right,
Okay.
WFN gets shut down. That was scary for a second, guys. That was scary, but AIMERLEGION, they find a 4th. And dare I say, they have a chance coming into the second half.
Yeah, 4 rounds. They clawed that back, and I'm glad that they got a rifle round because it was looking like a complete shutout.
Whiffin. My apologies. I've been told that I've been saying WFN. It's Whiffin.
Yeah, I feel like I started that, so my apologies.
Does it look like Oscar has left the server? Not sure what's going on with that. Looks like we have a tactical timeout. Was it a technical timeout?
Tactical now. Use that timer for him to come back. There he is. Just a relaunch, maybe.
Yeah.
But okay, so
Like, what are you? If you're in AIMERLEGION's shoes right now, what do they have to do to bring this back?
I think you have to get this pistol round and convert it. That's what you need to do. Because when you get into those rifle rounds, that's going to be a scary T side, I think. So if you can build some buffer, maybe you're just a bit more. Even just delay fate, you know. If it's going to be
Not quite fate.
But not quite fate. No.
I think you said earlier about momentum.
Has
and how
that last round restored faith for you in AIMERLEGION?
Oh, look, some of those rounds, they weren't great. You have to admit that play from Wolfie trying to get the shot off Whiffin, sorry, and sorry, I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
It tilted me a little bit just looking at what happened there.
It's UKCS.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I didn't expect anything else, but what I did expect was AIMERLEGION coming into this with a bit more of a game plan, because so far it's just been Hail Marys, and 4 of them have worked out for them.
Well, I said that the nuke was allowed through by both sides.
Yeah.
This is a best of 1, so if there's a map you absolutely don't want, it's gonna go early, right? And it wasn't, so it gives me some form of idea that AIMERLEGION have got something planned for their CT side. Technical pause for now whilst we sort something out in the background, but yeah, for me, if you're gonna go for that, like, because they were kind of doing Hail Marys, but they're gonna be a bit more reserved on CT side, so you might be able to see a lot more individual play, a lot more fights against maybe that coordinated team play, and see how maybe you get a bit more success. But yeah, here we go.
Yeah, into the pistol round of the second half. Does it look like they have got 3 players towards Trophy, trying to make their way towards Ram, as they do have Whiffin making his way towards Secret. Most likely going to be a B split here, depending on how these kills go through. But Archer Ace is going to be the first point of contact as the utility comes out, spots the player. They're aware of his position now, and they're going to start accelerating towards him. He decides to play it a bit more passively, but he's caught off guard by Whiffin on the flank. And how did he get down? How did he get down without them hearing? That must be some...
No one's on A. No one was on A, I don't think. I think it went to
like,
vents.
yeah, VORACITY Esports are just picking them apart right now. Yeah, and look what is going on.
3K for him.
22 and 7 for Whiffin. Absolutely
He is more than
schooling.
doubling his closest counterpart in terms of, on his team.
Look at Leak kicking and screaming his way through this game. Like, come on, guys. He's going 14 and 10. He's trying his best, but his teammates aren't like putting up the numbers that they need to.
Yep. Bit of a struggle. It's a bit hard when one player is killing your entire team.
Yeah, and they've gone for the eco, so it's going to be a 10th round for VORACITY, unless these USPs pull off a miracle. But they've got a flashbang. Going to try and catch these players blinded, but no
They're
one.
ready for it.
Of course they're ready for it. Of course they're ready for it. They've seen this play. I'm sure they've seen this play many times, and they have got the the experience to deal with something like this.
Like I said at the start, Nuke being a momentum map, this is about as good as it gets momentum-wise. They've got 2 rounds now. They've got four weapons across the board. You have to get this. You have to get this if you're AIMERLEGION. You cannot let this round slip through your fingers because they've entered double digits. There's no overtime.
They lose this round. It's basically giving VORACITY Esports 12 rounds because they haven't got enough to buy next if they were to lose. But Whiffin has made his way down towards lower. Leak finds that kill, and Oscar does manage to get the trade. So it is a 4v4 health advantage for VORACITY Esports, but this is the best chance AIMERLEGION have of bringing this game back and not letting it slip away.
You got Leak holding this ramp. They know he's there though. Heard him drop down earlier. Also got a kill. And they're playing this so patiently.
But they know AIMERLEGION are gonna go searching for a pick because they don't know what's going on. They haven't got the information. Leak again showing us why he's the top fragger, why he's the star player of this game so far. But he needs his teammates to show up because he can't do it all by himself. He will be picked apart. No one does manage to get the trade, and we have got all 3 players now towards B. Example is waiting patiently to swing open the door. Messy spray from Archer Ace, but Wolfie is going to manage to get it. And AIMERLEGION, here we go. 5th round for them. This is the momentum that they need to try and get back into this game. They're going to have a 4-buy going into the next, but VORACITY, look at that money.
We have to give it to Leak for wasting so much time on ramp there. He took one, backed off, took a second one, and the only thing that stopped him from taking a third was lack of bullets. So, he's the one you want defending your site, and I feel like he might be the win condition for them to getting these rounds in on defense because of what he's able to just kind of do on his own, which is sad as it sounds. He's the only one really making like a heavy impact right now on the game. You got Wolfie as a close second with 11, but
I do feel like you're right. Leak is probably one of the biggest win conditions for them to get it over the line, but I think again, Arch Ace, Westy, and Example, they only have 12 kills between them, so they need to step up. Even if it's just supporting Leak a little bit more, giving him more space to get these kills, then that might be the win condition for them.
Not many options available to you on the CT side. Your opponents come to you. Got this smokes lined up. Westy just get picked up to Swaggy. Until flying out. We haven't really made too much progress. Waiting for that to dissipate. Now actually looking for a bit of a dry peak fight. They are in pretty good positions. They've taken a bit of space for themselves. It doesn't seem like AIMERLEGION really want to give them too much Within there with the AWP, Wolfie kind of knows that he cannot overstep here. Oh, Archeries steps outside of main. Westy, Wolfie picking up Nori and Oscar, and it's all falling apart.
Here we go.
Bringing the fight to Voracity, who
Absolutely.
are taking too much time out there in yards. Almost kind of what they did to them last half.
And so many times Voracity Esports have been given the space to do what they want, throw the utility they want and go for the picks that they want. But like you said, they decide to take the fight to them, and it actually worked out for them. So now that they have this confidence going forward, I'm excited to see what they could do now that they have this just gain confidence.
It was good timing. Archeries peeked out of main whilst Within was searching for Wolfie. They're at the back near Secret, and I think that kind of opened the floodgates, so to speak, because they're able to
Leak looking to pad the stats.
Same again. Gets away with his life. They push him this time. They have pistols. And Oscar actually gets him.
No, come on, AIMERLEGION. You can't be losing this round. It's a 5 versus 3. A rough spray from Archer Ace. He tries to find the head of Moz, but they're going to slow this one down and reset. That's what they need to do in this 5 versus 3. Just reset, play together, and go for the picks. Moz will be found, but he was only 3 HP anyway, so it's not the worst kill that they could have given away. They still have a 4 versus 3, but the weapon advantage is still in the hands of AIMERLEGION. This example is waiting for Oscar to push forward. Doesn't know of his location just yet, but he can hear the footsteps being made. Molotov is going to block him off as that bomb does go down. And it's a retake for AIMERLEGION. They've got 3 kits. They've got a decent amount of utility to go for it.
Are they ready for this peek by example?
Oh, Nori does find the first. Archer Ace trying his best to claw it back, but it's all down to Wolfie. He's been having a decent game behind Leak, but asking him to do a 1 versus 3 and the time is already halfway gone. You think he's just going to be saving this? He's going to find Swaggy and just run away, mate. That's the best you can do, and Voracity Esports pick up a godsend. Like, that's going to completely crush AIMERLEGION.
Yeah, they
Not just a round, it's a mentality. They just lost to pistols.
I mean, that pistol rush onto Leak by Swaggy just gave them all the space they could ever need. And we talked about him being in the win condition, but in that moment, he made the right choices. He backed off, and I think that what they've realised is we cannot let him get away. Especially when you got a pistol, you got nothing really to lose, so you might as well go for that, which is a smart play. Smart play by Swaggy.
There was me expecting a mow down from Leak, getting the eco kills, but no, he was caught. He was caught backing off. AIMERLEGION, they have got enough to scrape together a buy. Leak might have to. Okay, they had the M4 on the floor. Ignore me. They're gonna have 4 rifles across the board. Trying to slow the bleeding.
Yeah, I got those weapons saved from earlier for Voracity, the AWP, and a couple of rifles as well.
Wiffin's been a little bit quieter in the second half so far.
Yeah.
Not that he's had the AWP to play around with so far, so I do want to see what he can do if he's going to go for something a little bit more aggressive. He'll try and go for that opening peak, but alternatively, we've got Wesley on the AWP. He's gone 6 and 15 so far, but he's got the AWP finally. He's going to push forward, but Wiffen finds his first kill, gets the tag onto Leak, and just decide to back off, but Wiffen is 1 step ahead of them. He's just picking them apart one by one, but Leak kicking and screaming his way through this round.
It's like, which way do I look? They're going from all angles.
Leak has finally been taken down, so it's down to Wolfie and Archer Ace. Wolfie has been the second fragger so far in this game, so if there's anyone to bring it back, it will be him, but he's taken down. Archer Ace, come on, this is it. This is the moment to shine. 1 versus 3. You've got Swaggy. You got an unexpected position, but Swaggy, too quick for him.
Well, they're almost both holding that doorway. One's going to pick him up if the other doesn't.
No, did they know he was there? I thought he was hidden, but
they're expecting it. I think. Oh, they're right to expect it.
Yeah, of course. Look at this buy. This is
not the buy you want
desperate.
for
This
match
is
point.
desperation right now. Obviously, 12-6. They have to go for the force buy. They've got 2 Deagles, 2 5.7s, and an MP9. They've got 3 players stacking towards outside. That nade stack does get a lot of damage onto Nori, but Westy will be the collateral for that. And the trades are going the way of Veracity. It's a 4 versus 3. On the silver lining though, Swaggy and Nori, very low HP.
Yeah, there's one silver lining. Archerace almost gets to flick on to the second. It's going to get taken down by Swaggy. Wolfie gets killed onto Oscar. It's down to a 2v2 now.
It's a risky fight from Swaggy to be taking.
Oh, you want to try and convert those into weapons, but it's just Wolfie.
And yeah, Whiffin.
Who does fall to Whiffin, of course, the man to end it all. And wow, what a performance from him individually. So, you know, VORACITY Esports, the team that you're going to be looking for, Whiffin being that key player there, made such a massive difference on both halves. Less so the second half, like you said, but first half doing a lot of work to whittle down this AIMERLEGION pug. But yeah, we were right, I think.
Yeah.
With our predictions, VORACITY Esports looking like a team, definitely. And AIMERLEGION, they had some moments, but I felt like it wasn't very cohesive, wasn't very complete on Nuke, which I feel like is a map where you do need that.
Yeah, and all of AIMERLEGION's wins came off the back of Wolfie and Leek kicking and screaming their way through the rounds, trying their best just to force fights.
Yeah.
And, you know, they got their aim to back it, for sure. And that did manage to get in 6 rounds. But when it came to the team play, when it came to VORACITY, just slowing the rounds down, getting themselves grouped together, AIMERLEGION, they just found themselves lost every single time.
Yeah, I mean, they were playing like they're having fun. Like you could see it. You could see it in the gameplay.
Oh yeah, this is like.
But, yeah, that's going to be the first loss AIMERLEGION eat today in their group stage, and then VORACITY Esports going to go forward 4-0. I do the next match escapes me. I do forget who is coming up next. I don't know if you remember, but we will have more BO1s to come for the group stage. So stay tuned, everyone. Also remember to stay tuned for the giveaway that is going to be happening very soon for the ROG, I forget what it was, but one of their products that they have very kindly donated for the giveaway. So yeah, we'll be back shortly with another match and 2 different casters. But,
yeah, I'm back for next time. Yep. So here we go. I'll see you guys after the break.
See you guys after the break.